All right, welcome everyone. Oh, here's Deborah. I'll wait till she gets in. Here she comes. Yeah, there's Deborah. Hi, welcome. So I was, what I'm curious about, and we'll do this when we check in with each other, is everybody's feeling state in their bodies. Because I participated on as a Zoom platform. We didn't see each other. There were 5,000 people from all over the world, literally. And there were Ukrainians that were able to call in or use their phones, and Russians and every other country, you know, and of course a lot of us Americans too. And what it was called is it was addressing the Ukraine crisis, and he called it activating our collective immune system, which I'm still grasping what that fully means. But what we did on this call, it was an hour and a half yesterday. He did a meditation, aligning us, you know, in the highest way. And then he invited people on the call they would show up and he'd work with them. So there were only about 5 people he worked with. 3 were Ukrainians, 1 living in the United States, and 2 were Russians. And the Russians were men and the Ukrainians just happened to be female. I don't think it was planned that way, but they allowed them to do this because all of us needed to hear people who were actually in the middle of this trauma, you know. And it just still has captured my imagination, because very similar to what we do with our sacred circles, he was literally allowing us to drop in and feel resonance with all of those folks. Even though we couldn't see them, we could feel that there was this collective gathering of people who cared. It was about healing the unhealed trauma that we all have from all the world wars, from the Cold Wars, all this dominance fighting has been going on way too long. And I was amazed. He was working, he's a very gentle human. You can feel his balance, masculine, feminine balance. And he would allow the person to talk about what they were feeling, their personal experience in the moment. And each time he was very clear. I said, I can feel you because you're being vulnerable. We can connect, we can resonate. And it was just amazing how those folks shared, because it wasn't about screaming political stuff. It was about how they felt personally, you know, and an accepting of all the feelings they had, you know. So with that, you know, I still feel it so much in my heart, because, you know, I don't know if the rest of you have some similar feelings, but it's like, what can we do? You know, I'm not going to run over there and get in the middle of the conflict, because that wouldn't help anybody. And I feel that our work here, as well as these things that are going on in that way, which aren't politicized, they are about resonance and finding our connection to everyone, that will allow this shift, so we don't just keep repeating the same patterns over and over again, you know. So I just wanted to share that. The other thing is, I have a couple of astrologers I really trust, and the aspects that were going on when this war was started, I don't know how to call it started, because maybe it's been going on for a while, had to do with or not had to do with, but the aspects were Venus and Mars are basically conjunct each other for quite some time, but Pluto got involved, which is the big transformational heavy duty planet, right? And so all the media is about the domination war stuff, but the other 2 planets that were involved are Venus and Vesta. And Venus is harmony and love, as we know, and Vesta is an asteroid, but she represents sacred devotion. She was the sacred vessels in the Roman temples, you know. So I feel what we are able to do and can do is to hold this commitment to the energies of love and peace. And that we're calling in our deep, dedicated commitment to the galactic helpers, guides, teams, all that is there, that is part of what we can do to help the situation. So, all right, so let's take a moment to close our eyes and take a deep breath. And I invite you to feel this field of good within the sacred ground of sovereignty. And notice the gentle cocoon around us that's filled with safety, love, and generosity. And let us welcome our guides, our ancestors, our galactic beings, and all who join in supporting our uplifting work. And this circle is one of magnificence, intelligence, generosity, clarity, and abundance. So let's begin with our names and where we are located and what we want to bring into this circle, including the number of people and situations. And I'm happy to call on somebody unless somebody wants to volunteer to start.
I'm going to start. That's okay, Linda. Sharon Raji Maynard here would be Island, and very aware of the planetary aspects are amazing, and how reminds me of how the day before the election, the last election in the United States, the day before, we were in a circle and we were being told the information being brought in was that astrologers saw that Trump was going to win. Psychics saw that Trump was going to win, and it was the day before election. And we as a group said, not in our lifetime, not in our world. And we immediately took in what, Venus is also women. So
Right.
God, the sacred goddess, that sacred goddess, we stood up and we said, no, And I think that was the focus of the circle that day. And the next day election happened and Trump did not win, so we have another other opportunity. And so I'm here saying, divine star families call the shots. We determine the outcome. So we determine the outcome of good. And I'm going to bring 34 individuals into the circle. I'm going to bring in all situations that in any way mirror or are mirrored by Ukraine, Russia, because it is not domination just in countries, but is domination in personal lives, in organizations, it's everywhere. And my stand is that this is brought into our circle that says this is ending. This is ending, domination ending. And that's me. And I pass to Sue.
I'm Sue. I'm in Edmonds, Washington. I'm bringing in 7 people and 2 cats. And so I've been trying to reframe my kind of like what Sharon just did, except it's already out of my mind. I can't hold anything today. I am so human. Oh my God, today is a human day. So, so the issue I am bringing in is, no, oh my God, I can't get, what I'm focusing on is what is for the highest good for all. And I'm calling in all the ancient ones, the masters, all our galactic family. I want every single person available to help us with changing the energetic balance from power over to power with, all inclusive, collaboration, cooperation, self-love, self-respect. And that's it for me. Kelly?
I am bringing in, ever since I think it was like Thursday or Friday, my right side has just been killing me. My right shoulder, masculine side, just a lot of flared up energy, tightness. So I've just kind of been working with that and thinking of, the healing of the fairy accord and all these things. So I think with that, I just want to bring the energy of the warrior-esque women, the Athenas, to create, not to be out there fighting the fight, but doing the good fight like we're doing right here, the good, this other work. And I know that Sharon and the Ancient Ones had brought in kind of that charge in a way. So just through the fractals, bringing that in, and I want to bring in two people and the world's situations. And I will tag Angelique.
Thank you, Kelly. Hello, everyone from Europe, from the Netherlands. I bring in 10 people and 2 situations, and that is I want to bring in the situation in Europe, which is really intense, very intense. And I pray for love and light, and that's what I bring in as a quality. Love and light for all, for the whole, for humanity, and everyone involved. Mother Earth and our relations. The Star Nation, yeah, everybody. And I go to Deborah.
Thank you, Angelique. I'm in North Carolina in Sanford. It's 82 degrees and really windy and lovely with spring flowers. I'd like to bring in 12 people, 2 situations. And as Sharon said, the Ukrainian-Russian situation and what it stands for as a surrogate around the world. Also, and I really liked what they said on Sunday, that all of the parasitics can go home now. And I want them gone now. And I want this to end with peace, in a peaceful way. It's like, I just would love it if all the Russian soldiers just, surrender. And just, we're not going to do this. And there are some that are doing that, actually. So I keep working on that, but I just really seeing, can we keep it with peace and not have to go in and bring in more armament? But I'd like to see it end peacefully, and I'd like all the parasitics that are on this planet gone today. This is the day. It can be done in one day. And is there anybody else that we're missing?
No, just bring it back to me. Are you complete? So this is a little hard to take account because I can't figure, and basically the global situation, all of us are included to that one. And there's maybe one or two other situations that are also mentioned in our sharing. And 2 cats. Oh, sorry, the people, we've got 22, 46, 8 and 7 is 55. 55 people. And if my math is bad, you can correct me. And the qualities, Sharon, I wasn't sure, was yours not on our watch?
Let's just put it that way. No, yeah, not acceptable here. That'll be
Okay,
good.
not acceptable here. Okay, and the highest good with power with rather than power over. And the energy of the warrior S's, I think that's a word, but for good, love and light, and all parasitics gone. And mine is global resonance, which was the thing I felt when I was on that massive call with 5,000 people from all over the world, basically wanting to resonate with each other. That's what it was. So that's what I bring in.
Linda,
Yes.
I am not good in arithmetic either, but I thought it was 65 people.
You're probably right. I think I realized I must have missed a 10 there, but 65. Yeah, I got a little confused because we had a lot of things we did to say. Okay. So does anybody want something to share more?
Yeah, maybe I can share a little, very little bit. Next week I'm on a retreat on my own. I'm on myself in the forest for a week, for 10 days. And when I come back, well, I missed the equinox ceremony, let's say that, because then I'm on my own in the forest. So I postponed the ceremony for the 27th instead of the 21st. And I came to the insight that instead of bringing flowers from everywhere and from all colors, that we should do a yellow, totally yellow piece.
Mm.
And maybe here and there a little blue, a little white, but mainly yellow. So that's what I have sent out today to my network for people to step into the ceremony, and looking forward to that. Yeah, for healing. That's it. Thank you.
The thing I want to add is the suggestions from the ancient ones that are saying, hey, you have, you're as good a heart as you have and as expansive as we've become. We still don't see an even bigger picture or bigger possibilities. And so once you hold an outcome, because we're the ones who we declare an outcome, we call for a plan, a team, etc. That then we also add to that. This has been in place for a long time, but I haven't used it. This and better, turn it over to them so that they can expand with what they know. They can build on what it is that you've declared. So that's what I've really started to add in the last week.
Right. Yeah. Anyone else? Are we ready? Oh, Kelly.
If I may, I just wanted to share a week before I moved houses, and I'm in my new space now for a month, I had the vision of the Cards of Humanity, which is basically the Cards of Elimination. That's basically a 52 deck of cards, right? And in the vision, I just saw it just shattered into mosaics. And I've been sitting with it. There's a few of these visions that I've had recently that are been sitting with that happened before I moved. Anyway, when I moved to this neighborhood, like the second or third day that I was walking, I recognized that there had been a deck of cards that had been strewn about the neighborhood. So everywhere I'd walk in this circle, I was beginning to pick up these cards, you know. So most of them were face down, but all of a sudden their faces are showing upwards. So this afternoon, I walked shortly before this call, pardon me, and I came across the Two of Clubs, and I wanted to share what it says. And this is again the cards of elimination. So 2 represents the union, the father, the mother, principal, male and female, light and darkness, action and reaction, and so stands for cooperation and association. 2 of clubs seek union in congenial mind. It goes on to expand, but I just wanted to bring that energy in because that's nice. It's nice energy. So thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Are we ready? So again, let's do a deep breath. And as we go in, we invite our teams and all beings of light to help us journey across dimensions and take us where we need to go, showing us what we need to see that we will bring back to share with our sisters. So each of us will have a unique note to add to the harmony of the circle. We honor each sister's unique experience. We will share the wisdom we receive. In about 10 minutes, I'll call you back. Okay. Please come back. Okay. This is our opportunity to share what we experienced. And please tag the next person once you've shared. Anyone like to begin?
I'll begin.
Okay.
What a very interesting guidance this there here. My daughter had just finished preparing lunch when this meeting began. So she said, I'll leave your lunch for you when you get finished, which of course she would and has done before. So I turn off my camera and guys say, go eat lunch. I'm going like, go eat lunch. They said, yes, go eat lunch. So I went out and got lunch and brought it here. And they said, remember the principle of infusing your food with the outcome. And I mean, I've known that, but I haven't used that or thought about it for a very long time. So I ate my food and infused it with the outcome that the nourishment that I'm taking in is nourishment into the soul group of humanity, to nurture them and feed them and energize them in bringing forth new creations within cultures in which outsider agendas are extinct. So I ate every bite of my lunch with that in mind. And, you know, so I just wanted to, I thought I was going to like, that's very strange, but another principle here. Oh, Kelly?
I love that. It must remain. That's beautiful. Um, mine was very simple. It was not eventful at all. It was just basically the message to remain focused and not be distracted by storylines, just to remain focused. And that was it. Very clear. So I am complete. Sue?
Thank you, Kelly. Well, mine was really, really simple too. I was just hold space, and spirit does all the work. And today I just feel so absolutely humanly powerless that it was so easy to just give spirit, hold space and give spirit total control to bring it to solutions without harm. And I just sat with it. So I'm complete. Angelique?
Thank you, Sue. At first, I was totally blank. I didn't see or feel or heard or smell anything. And then concerning the situation, the global situation, I suddenly found myself standing with my team for an enormous wall of black stone. And it's a black wall, high and straight. And we look so very tiny standing at the bottom of this wall, of this huge stone wall, which hold all sacred wisdom inside. And I ask my team what they feel, and they say they are feeling excited. It is impossible and not necessary to climb over it, nor to find a way through it, since the substance is very compact and dark. I'm feeling blank, and then I feel a deep inner urge to put both my hands on the wall, on the surface of the wall. And when I put my hand and I lay them on the surface of the wall of the black stones, I feel my body soften and my mind opening. And there is a gateway there inside of me. The stone person is a group of stone people. And through the top of my fingers, I feel and read what they want me to know. Telling me nothing is what it seems. Remember, our substance is black and looks hard and cold, but now you feel that this is not the truth. It's an illusion. You go underneath and through the surface, and you may find the true food and answers for the soul. Thank you. That's Deborah.
Thank you. I didn't know where I was going to go with my team, and it turns out on Sunday I meditated after the ancestors talk, and they took me to where a lot of the ascended masters hang out in that energy field, and we just chatted some. And then they took me, and then they opened a door to this place. They had opened a door then to a place where they hang out. So that's where we went in, right? They took me to right before the door and said, go in. So that's where we went. And then they took me, they said, okay, we need to go again. And it wasn't quite what it was before. It was just like this black void. And they said, this is where creation starts. And it's everything. This is everything. It's sort of nothing and everything. And it's like, so what do you want to create? And I'm like, so, okay. And I asked, so I said, where do I start creating? And they said, just what do you want? So first of all, there was like one little step appeared, and I stepped on that like little stepping stone. And then there was another stepping stone. And then the next one was like really high up, and I had to kind of really hike myself up to it. And then the next one, I had to kind of pull myself up to it. And I got to this one and I didn't see any others. And I said, what do I do now? And it was still kind of dark, except for the stone I was standing on. And they said, well, push the door open. So I pushed in front of me, and right as I pushed, the light came out from the clouds and was shining in my face at the same time. And they were asking what I wanted. And then they said, okay, so you've done that part and you're being really strong, but come over here. And it was like Mother Mary, and was sitting in this field of daffodils, and said, come over here, you need to relax. Said, you've been doing your part for the world, but you can't forget to take care of you. And said, this past year, you've been strong for you and your husband and your family and stuff. It's like, you need to take time for you too. So that was the end of it. But it was also, that was the point of creation. And I said what I wanted. So it's being worked on. Thank you. Linda.
Wow. So mine was simple, partly because I was aware I was the timekeeper. But what I got, and it's very similar to yours, Sharon, only it was with water. I've always known that if you have a glass of water and you call blessings, it blesses, and you drink the water. So I was calling in the laying down of arms. And I actually kind of saw it, that it's sort of a miracle kind of thing. And maybe it's metaphorical, but still people just laying down their arms. So let's take a moment to take in all we've received. Yeah. So I appreciate you showing up today, and I know we're all saying our prayers every day, connecting to this sacred circle. And I appreciate all of you.
Thank you, Linda. Good to be able to hold all that is here, even if we don't remember what it is. It's there, and it's being held, and it's being woven. So, very good. Thank you.
All right. Does anybody want to add anything?
Nope.
We're all complete.
Looks like we are. There's Deborah.
Thank you, Linda. Thank you, Linda, for hosting.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's my pleasure.
Thank you, Linda.
Aw,
Blessings until we meet again.
absolutely.
Thank you, Linda. Thank you, and blessings for all.
Travel safely on your retreat, Angelique.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
we'll
you.
be sending you
I will
love.
take you all with me in spirit.
It's
God
Bye.
Bye.